He's lying in bed, eyes open, staring at the ceiling. He doesn't pick up the phone because he already knows who it is. It's not a friend. It's not family. It's the fourth collection call this week. And the worst part? 6 months ago, he thought everything was fine. His name is Omar, 32 years old, junior marketing manager, lives in a decent apartment, has a car. From the outside, he looks like he's doing okay. Nice clothes, eats out a few times a week, upgraded his phone last year. His friends would describe him as ambitious, comfortable, going places. He's not rich, but he's not struggling. Or at least, that's what he tells himself. He earns a decent salary, pays his bills, mostly on time, has a credit card he uses smartly. Sound familiar? Because Omar isn't special, he isn't reckless, he isn't stupid, he's just normal. And that's exactly the problem. It starts the way it always does. Small, harmless, justified. Omar's car needs new tires. He doesn't have the cash right now. He'll get paid in 3 weeks. So he puts it on the credit card. Totally reasonable. His office does a team lunch at a rooftop restaurant. Everyone's going. He doesn't want to be the guy who says no. He swipes the card again. Then his gym membership renews. Then a birthday dinner. Then his laptop slows down, and he needs a faster one for work. Each decision on its own makes complete sense. He even tells himself, I'll pay it off at the end of the month. But the end of the month comes, and he pays the minimum, because there's always something else. Another bill, another reason. And the credit card company? They don't mind at all. They love customers like Omar. Here's the part nobody talks about. The trap doesn't feel like a trap. It feels like freedom. Swipe now. Deal with it later. The future version of you will figure it out. And every time Omar spends, there's a small rush. A hit. That feeling of, I've got this. Dopamine is a powerful thing. His social media isn't helping either. His friends are posting vacations, dinners, new cars. Nobody's posting their credit card statements. Nobody's showing their bank balance at 11:47 p.m. So Omar compares his insides to everyone else's outsides, and he keeps spending to keep up. There's also a voice in his head, quiet but constant, that says, I'm young. I'll earn more later. This is just temporary. That voice is the most dangerous thing in this entire story, because temporary has a way of becoming permanent when you're not looking. 12 months pass. Omar's credit card balance, which was once $400, is now sitting at $11,000. He doesn't really know how it happened. The interest has been quietly doing its work. Every month, compounding, growing, like a leak in the wall you keep painting over. Then he misses a payment, just by a few days. The late fee hits, the interest rate jumps. He gets a second credit card to manage the first. This, he tells himself, is a strategy. It is not a strategy. His rent goes up. His car insurance renews. He starts putting groceries on the card. Now he's borrowing to survive, not to upgrade. But from the outside, everything still looks fine. He still shows up to work, still laughs at lunch, still likes his friends' vacation photos. But inside, something has started to crack. He stops opening the banking app, so that's when you know. When the anxiety of knowing becomes worse than the anxiety of not knowing, you stop looking. He puts his phone face down when financial notifications come in. He screens calls from numbers he doesn't recognize. He hasn't told anyone, not his parents, not his closest friend. Because what would he say? I make decent money and somehow I'm drowning? The shame is immense. He lies awake at 2 a.m. running calculations that never add up. He counts months until his next raise. He imagines sudden windfalls that will never come. He starts snapping at people for no reason. Food doesn't taste the same. Music sounds flat. He sits in his car after work sometimes, just sitting. Not ready to go inside. Not ready to face the silence where his thoughts get loud. This is what debt does that nobody puts on a credit card advertisement. It doesn't just take your money. It takes your sleep, your mood, your ability to be present in your own life. And the scariest part? He still doesn't think it's that bad, until the day his card gets declined, at the grocery store, with 3 people in line behind him. That evening, he sits down and does something he's been avoiding for almost a year. He opens every account, every card, every loan. He adds it up. The number is 23,400. He stares at it for a long time. There's no dramatic music here, no sudden inspiration, no motivational quote that fixes everything. He just finally sees it. All of it. At once. And something shifts. Not hope. Not yet. Just clarity. He later says, "I wasn't scared of the number. I was scared of what I'd do if I kept ignoring it." The denial was costing him more than the debt. He makes one rule for himself on day 1. No new debt. Not a single rupee. Not a single swipe. The credit cards go in a drawer. Not cut up. He's not performing a ritual. Just put away. Out of reach. Then he writes down every expense for a full month. And he's shocked. Not by the big things, by the invisible ones. Subscriptions he forgot about. Delivery fees. Impulse top-ups. He cancels everything he doesn't actively need. He starts eating at home. Not as a punishment, as a decision. He picks the smallest debt first. 1 card with a balance of 2,800. He throws every extra rupee at it. For 3 months, that card is the only thing that exists. When it hits 0, and it does hit 0, something wakes up in him. Progress is powerful, even small progress. He calls the second credit card company and negotiates a lower interest rate. They say yes. He didn't know you could do that. He starts talking to one friend about it. Just one. And that friend admits he's in debt too. They were both drowning in silence. It takes Omar 19 months to clear the debt. Not 3. Not 6. 19. There's no celebration. No moment where confetti falls from the sky. Just a Tuesday morning where he checks his balance and it says 0. He sits with it. He still doesn't earn more money. He hasn't gotten a big raise. There was no inheritance, no lucky investment, no shortcut. He just stopped running from it. He now has a small emergency fund, the first one of his life. It's not impressive by any measure. But when his tire blew last month, he paid for it with cash. And he slept fine that night. Here's what I want you to sit with. Omar isn't a cautionary tale about stupidity. He's a cautionary tale about normalcy, about how a perfectly normal life, with perfectly normal habits, in a world that profits from your spending, can quietly become a cage. The debt didn't arrive all at once. It came one swipe at a time. One justification at a time. One, I'll deal with it later, at a time. And maybe, right now, you're thinking about your own balance. Maybe you haven't opened your banking app in a few days. Maybe there's a number you already know, but you've been avoiding. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to tell you that the scariest moment isn't seeing the number. It's the years you spend not looking. Open the app. Add it up. That's where it starts.